So I want to talk about one of my favorite topics, intermittent fasting versus starving. When I bring up fasting to any of my clients or friends or anybody that hasn't really let the term resonate with them right out the gate, there's a lot of negations like I can't starve myself, I cannot eat for X amount of time. That's crazy, I can never do that. My body just won't do it. I'll be too tired, I'll be too hungry, I'll be cranky, this and that. But what people fail to realize is we're not starving ourselves. Intermittent fasting is we're just giving a time constraint of when we eat and what we don't eat. And this is what we've been doing for thousands and thousands of years. We got away with that with the abundance of food, and really our body doesn't respond as well as it can. So I just want to dispel the notion of starving and fasting. Okay, so let's say my baseline calories are about 3,000 a day, so I'm eating about 3,000 calories a day. And we'll get to all that later, but let's just focus on this topic. I'm eating about 3,000 calories a day, and I'm still going to do that fast. I'm going to stop eating at 8 p.m., and I'll start eating at 12 p.m., which is a 16-hour fast. So when I do this 16-hour fast, I have from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. to get all my calories in. I'll get in 3,000 calories, right? So I didn't starve myself. I ate the same amount of calories that I normally do. If I eat 2-3 hours every day, I'm eating the same amount of calories. But what you don't want to do is going to starve yourself. So sometimes when people have these time constraints on eating, they'll eat a lot less calories, a lot less than they even think. So let's say my regular rate of calories is 3,000 again, and now I'm bumping it down to 2,000. That's a negative 1,000 calorie depletion, right? So what is that going to do to our body? One, it's going to say, hey, there's something happening here. There's no food available, so what are we going to do? It's a little stressful, and we're just going to hold on to all the necessary roles we need to do in our body, and nothing else. So it takes away the fat burning, the beneficial effects of fasting, and our body is basically going into this survival mode when we're starving. It's just going to do everything it needs to get through the day, but nothing else. So this is where we see a lot of buildup of cortisol, which is a stress component in our body, and we don't want that at all. So when you hear the term of reverse dieting, that will come up later in here, it means you might need to eat more calories to then again get your metabolism back up and working correctly. So fasting, we're always replacing the same amount of calories and teaching our body that we have an abundant amount of food, and our human is going to feed our internal organs every time the adequate amount of calories. So we need to just get that out there and dispel this argument that fasting is starving yourself, because it's not at all, and that's the opposite of what we want to do. All we want to do is teach our body to work mechanically and to preserve energy in the right amount of times. All right? So, like I said, when we give our body adequate nutrients, it's able to do the right things. So with fasting, like we talked about before, we're always replacing those calories. That's so important, so crucial. When we do this, we teach our body good patterns, good habits, that we're always going to have food there, food available for us. When we don't do this, we go into stress, and we don't want to be in stress. So intermittent fasting does a lot of great things, but you have to adhere to giving your body the right amount of nutrients. So that's what we got for fasting versus starving.